Hi folks, I'm delighted to be joined by one of our newest, or in fact our very first franchisee to launch in 2022. So it's a super exciting time. His business launched on the 4th of January, just a couple of days ago. So we're going to ask him to introduce himself and tell us where in the country he is working. So over to you.
Hi, I'm Patrick Hodson. I'm based in Tunbridge Wells in Kent. And my territory with EweMove is Tunbridge Wells. The centre of Tunbridge encompasses pretty much the whole town. I've lived here for 15 years, or moved into Tunbridge Wells from 5 miles outside last year. I know the town well. I don't want to move anywhere, and I want to be here and be successful here. So that's this is my base now.
Very good, very good. And one of my favourite places as well. So I'm very jealous of you living in Tunbridge Wells. So tell us, Patrick, what you did beforehand. So what was the last job that you've had?
Okay, well, immediately before this, for the last 4 years, I've worked for an estate agent in Tunbridge Wells, a corporate estate agent, one of the big chain corporates. And it's always been, it's one of those things you have in your life where you think, I'd like to do that. And when I ran my own business for a long time, and then that came to a natural end, I thought, estate agency, give it a go. So that's what I was doing in the estate agents in Tunbridge Wells, you know, right up until very recently.
Very good, yeah. So why did you choose to move out of a corporate and buy a EweMove franchise?
I think I've worked for myself for an awful long time. Working for a corporate setup, it felt very inflexible when you have run your own business. There was nothing bad. It just felt inflexible and possibly not as up to date as it could be. And I started to think maybe things could be done better. And I started to think, could I do it myself? And people were saying, oh, set up on your own. It's an absolute nightmare. And I looked around and I came across EweMove. And I saw what I came across on the internet, really. I think I read a story in one of the property industry emails about it. And I looked up further and I thought, well, that's really interesting, really refreshing. I looked a lot further into it, and here I am now. I obviously like what I saw.
Yeah, very good. And it's one thing I find, actually, when I talk to prospective franchisees, those who come in from outside of the industry kind of know a little bit more about what EweMove's about, or perhaps more open to finding out. Whereas those within the industry probably think they know what EweMove is, but actually when they find out, they realize it's something entirely different. So would you say that's the same for you?
Yeah, I think it really is. I mean, I thought of EweMove. My initial thought would be it would be like the much talked about sort of, what are they, non-bricks and mortar or whatever they're called, online type of agencies. And I assumed it would be like that. What I found was an incredibly well run, well set up, well supported organization that was doing things that, you know, you would only really find out about. When you work in an estate agency, you're dealing with other people selling their houses. When you sell your house, you find out what's really involved.
Yeah.
There's an awful lot more there. And I found that, yes, that my initial thoughts were what I said. And then it turned out to be, I think, what it seems to be a very fast moving, well set up, forward thinking organization that is trying to make the most of the best practice as it emerges, whether that includes technology, whether that includes an approach to customer service. So yes, very, very pleasantly surprised, and there was an awful lot more than what I initially assumed was out there with other types of company.
Yeah, well, that's really good feedback, and good to know as well, Patrick. I shall use those words more often, I'm sure.
Well, it's my job now to sort of continue that, isn't it, and promote that. So.
It is, absolutely. So going back to you then, Patrick, what are your hopes and aspirations, your objectives really for your EweMove business now?
Well, I don't want a lifestyle business. I mean, by that I mean, some people want a lifestyle business, which is, not as difficult as life when they were working hard in their company. You know, I want to work hard with this franchise. I've bought into the company and make it a success. I want to be regarded as one of the leading agents in the town. I want to deliver, be seen as delivering better service and be talked about, because God, they've done well.
Yeah,
aren't they? You know, be recommended by people. And most of all, and leading on from all of that, I obviously want to make it a financial success for myself and make money. And the way to do that is to do all the things I just said.
Very good. Excellent. So given that, now you've kind of been through training, you've launched just a couple of days ago, so it's very, very early days. How confident are you that you'll be able to hit those objectives?
I think I'd say very confident. It's a daunting thing. It's a slight worry when you leave paid employment. But I've been through, it's a very comprehensive training. There's a lot of it, but it never felt like it was onerous. I never felt bored in a session. It was always engaging, and I learned a lot of things that I didn't know. I learned a lot of things that I'd always it seems like common sense, but someone needs to sort of spell it out to you, and you think, well, that is obvious. Why doesn't everyone do that?
Yeah.
So I feel that the training has furnished me with, you know, an awful lot of what I need to make a success of this. But not just the training, it's just the general enthusiasm of everybody and the feeling of support and the feeling of people wanting you to succeed. And so confident, you know, obviously there'll be several milestones. The first market appraisal, the first listing, the first completed sale, those things.
Yeah.
But I know they're coming, and I'm looking forward to that and a lot more of those.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. Well, we're certainly looking forward to helping you. And I think you mentioned there one of the key differences between going it alone and working with a network like EweMove is that there are people around you that are looking to help support you and make sure you are successful. And I'm highly confident you will be. And I'm looking forward to see Tunbridge Wells littered, not littered, it's not the right word, but with decorated EweMove boards all around the town. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
So thank you very much, Patrick, and the best of luck.
Thank you very much.